Rory McIlroy, one of 5 players priced at over 10K, so he's 11-5. Second on the board here is Tony Finau at 10-6. Had a T2 last week at the Mexico Open. So I want you to chase your fade for me here, Len, that he can break through this week in Maryland.
Yeah, well, I actually like that picture. First of all, I'm not to the point. I'm not gonna hang it in my office, but I do like it. So may the force. Tony Finau has won top 10 since last summer when he won the Northern Trust, and that came last week. He went, I don't know, what's August to May? How many months is that? 8 months,
Yep.
9 months, something like that. And he had the top 10 in a very weak Mexico field, in large part because he just shot lights out on Sunday, a 63, and zoomed up the leaderboard. Tony Finau is better than a guy who doesn't get top 10s for 9 months, but he has not been playing well. His driving accuracy is way off. Some of the clubs that he's really come to rely on have been a little bit off this year, and I'm not willing to jump back on board with just 18 holes of one very good round in a weak field.
All right, Ulrich, how you feel about Sweet T. Fowler's favorite golfer?
I share the exact same concerns as Len this week. It's pretty much word for word. He's also 10-6 this week, and like the round was nice. He still missed every single putt. It's great that he comes up and he puts up the great ball striking week, but most of it did come in that last round when he was far, far back. Now he's coming to a course. The rough is up. Accuracy is more at a premium. If those numbers dip at all, and like they're likely to, I don't think he's going to gain 8 strokes on approach again. He could. He's good enough to, but the history, the trends have said that he's probably not going to do that. Well, the putter's probably not going to save him either. So I think the big thing is for DFS, the salary is just too much. You've got a ton of good, solid players who I think set up better for this course anyways, like Hatton and Fitzpatrick down there cheaper. Tony Finau is fine. I'm glad he's getting form. I think definitely keep an eye on him for the majors, but for this week, I'm not overly interested.
Yeah, everyone's like, seems like he's back to elite form. And it's like, how many times have we done this with him? I'm sure Reed can talk more about that tonight at 5 o'clock on the slate. Well, Len, including Rory, we have a number of players that have not played since the Masters, which, was about a month ago at this point. Names like Mark Leishman, Paul Casey, Sergio, Max Homa. Which one are you chasing? Like, are they rested or are they rusty here?
Yeah, no, I don't think they're rusty. I think it's interesting you brought that up because it is a smart play. I think we are getting to major season now. The PGA is just 2 weeks away, and between the PGA and the Open Championship, less than 2 months, 53 days, if I added it up correctly. That's crazy busy golf. So these guys are smart to take a rest. The one guy I'm concerned with there is Paul Casey. He didn't just take a rest. He was hurt. We don't know where he is with his back. He has not played since before the Masters, since the match play. Mark Leishman, I'm a little lukewarm on him this week. He had not been playing well going into the Masters in his last 4 or 5 tournaments. So I think if anything, he will be better now with the rest. And Max Homa, I always like Max Homa.
All right, Geoff, who's your pick here?
Yeah, Paul Casey is definitely setting up as like the kind of, he's the max GPP play this week. And just by that, I mean, like, he is completely boom or bust. No one's going to play him because everyone's scared of the back issues. But realistically, like, Paul Casey sets up extremely well for this course. It's not going to be a birdie fest. We don't need Paul Casey to get like lights out with the putter. It's fairways and greens. Paul Casey's strong off the tee. Obviously, like in terms of mid to long iron play, there's really nobody that's much better than Paul Casey on tour. That's how consistent he is with those clubs. So you like that. It's just going to be a tougher, maybe even the weather gets up a little bit. Casey has done well in tough conditions at certain points in his career too. So I think from that perspective, like, the upside there is enough for me to take a shot with Paul Casey here. When you're getting a mix of low ownership and a guy who sets up this well for a course, that's fine. Obviously there's risk involved here, but for GPPs and to win those big fields, we need to take risk. And I think Paul Casey is the type of player who should be taking a risk on in this field, in this spot where, again, we don't have a ton of talent at the top. Paul Casey could certainly, if he was in form, be priced like 10K or above here. So I think Casey for me is the guy I'll take a shot on, even though he's obviously carrying the most risk.
Geoff, we have less than 90 seconds to go on the show. So quickly, hook me up with your value play.
Yeah, value play. I really like the 7,500 range here. 2 guys, CT Pan and David Lipsky. Pan has gained strokes on approach in 6 straight events. He's gaining off the tee as well. If his putter and around the green game had showed up last week, he would have been top 10, but his price has actually come down now. Really like CT Pan. David Litsky led the field in strokes gained approach last week. I like both those guys at 7,500.
Len, value play.
Sepp Straka, 7,600, won the Honda, top 10 at the Players, third last time out at Harbor Town. It's crazy. Keegan Bradley, $2,000 more than Sepp Straka. Aaron Rye, Doug Gim, priced more. Jonathan Vegas, priced more than Sepp Straka. I think this is just a real misprice. 7,600, Sepp.
Finally, your favorite play, DFS play for the Wells Fargo Championship, Len Hochberg.
Well, I'm going to piggyback on what I just said. It's Sepp Straka. I'm not saying he's going to win the tournament, but I just see incredible value there. And I haven't seen value like this that really stood out for me very often, where I just think it's a misprice. He's the same price as Matthew Neesmith. So I'm going to drive home Sepp Straka.
Geoff, favorite play?
I'm going to switch. I do like Gary Woodland, but I like Russell Henley more with these wet and rough conditions. I think Russell Henley is a great play at 9,300 this week.